the combination of SEO and AI from Mr. Craig Campbell. He is a massive, massive, massive name. I'm just happy I get to introduce you, to be honest with you. But he's been all over the world. He speaks on every stage, and he is an absolutely freaking genius. So without further ado, my friend, good luck.
Thank you. Cheers. So hello, Milan. My name's Craig Campbell. I'm an SEO consultant. I do a lot of training, but I do a lot of affiliate marketing, and primarily was always a link builder through my SEO journey. Now, if you do want to tag me or take photos and make this look like a super shit hot conference, please feel free to do that on social media. Always makes it look a lot better than it really is, so I'll give you a second to take that. So I've spoken at a lot of different conferences across the world, SEO conferences, affiliate world, but I started out in my bedroom. I built up my own digital marketing agency. I then decided that I was sick and tired of dealing with clients, basically begging for their money. So I decided that affiliate marketing was the best way, after I had 10 years of experience, to make money online. So now I own multiple businesses, and I buy and sell e-com stores basically online. Now, I will talk a bit about some of the stuff that I've done. Now, building an online asset from 0 to 5 million per year. This is a website here. It's not actually 5 million, it's 4.9. But that's something that I've been able to do from my bedroom. Now, as I say, worked in an agency, or had my own agency, and worked for clients for 10 years. So along the way, I learned a lot of things when it comes to SEO. And I applied these to this website. Now, of course, I needed some money, so I had to do the client work to get some real budget. Now, in this particular website that I recently just bought, this is paid advertising that I solely do on this e-com store. I can spend £1,000 a day and make £5,000 a day on that product. So I can get a 5 times ROI. I don't even need to care about SEO, but the only reason I don't care about SEO on this project is because it's built on Ruby on the Rails. The website is about 20 years old, and it's a piece of shit. I'm still waiting for that website to be rebuilt. But you can see there, these slides were done in February. In February, I'd done 122 grand. In January, I'd done 144 grand. Now, I needed real cold hard cash, which is a lot of what you guys are doing. And on Facebook, I was spending 15 grand to turn over the 100 and whatever it was. And I spent 37 in January. So when I turned over 149, I spent 37 on Google ads, and I spent around about 12 or 13 on Facebook ads. So it worked out okay. It was my own money, and I was able to pretty much get 150 grand back for that 50 grand investment, which is perfect sense to me. Now, you need a little patience in this game. Now, there's websites out there that have fallen off a cliff. Now, I also have websites that have also fallen off a cliff in recent times. And some of these come down to AI. Now, obviously, I was asked to speak a little bit about AI here as well. You have to be careful when it comes to AI. Google have rolled out updates, the helpful content update. They're rolling updates out, that, the March update that just happened there as well. And it's literally killing websites off. And I want to talk a little bit about that. Now, does AI content work? Anyone in here think AI content works? Some guys up the back there. Now, this particular website had AI content, and it's fallen away to fuck. There's another website that has fallen away to fuck. Now, in the middle of 2023, or at the start, April 2023, we used AI, pure AI, and we put out over 1,000 articles on this particular website. And you'll see by September, the website died, and it's never recovered. No matter what we've tried to do, it's never fucking recovered. So when you use AI, you need to be careful not to take it just out of the box. It doesn't work, guys. Google can detect that stuff. Now, obviously, when it comes to SEO, you need backlinks, you need to do site architecture, you need to have good content on there, which can be a bit of AI. Now, how can we get AI to work? Now, I want to talk about some of the tools that I use. Now, I use Koala Writer. Is anyone familiar with Koala? It's a great tool, by the way, really, really good, and it's really, really cheap. It's one of the best tools on the market at the moment. Now, what happens for me, I do a lot of YouTube content. Now, the video that's up at the top there, local GBP tips, I've recorded that with my own voice, talking about it. Now, on Koala, I can go through there and transcribe from YouTube to Koala Writer, to a blog post through Koala Writer, and it writes it really, really well. And I can put that on my blog post, and it's got table of contents, it's got headings, it's got subheadings and everything else. It works really well, and it also ranks well. It's not dying the same way as a lot of the other AI content comes out. Now, how do I get AI content to work? I use a tool called Quillbot. I'll leave that up there for anyone to take a picture. Now, what Quillbot does, it's not an AI tool. It's a paraphrasing tool, which a lot of people use in the educational market. Now, what it does is it takes that AI content from Koala Writer and it rephrases it all. So it changes certain words in context and writes it properly. Now, on top of that Quillbot tool, I also use Grammarly, because a lot of the AI tools out there write in American English with Zs and optimization and all that kind of stuff. Now, that is pretty much my process. There's no secrets to it. I'm paraphrasing it. I then use Grammarly, and then that is seen as human content. So the guys that are using AI who really want it to work, you need to fine-tune your process, because it's not sticking. I would love to be able to use those tools where you can shit out 1,000 articles a day and make a fuck ton of money. It just doesn't work. I've tried it, and it doesn't work. So Grammarly is another part of the process. Now, something else, and I've spoke to a guy outside who's like, yeah, I've been hit, you know, my websites are sliding, not getting great traffic. Something I also see when it comes to content and AI is people don't understand what the fuck a topical cluster is. They're just shitting out content for the sheer hell of it. Now, if you don't understand SEO, this might not make any sense, but I'll try and cover it briefly. If I want to rank for the word podcasts, you've got that big main content page right in the middle. Simple and easy. Now, I may also want to rank for comedy podcasts, business podcasts, true crime podcasts, and various other options around there. Those would be different pages or blog posts on my website. Now, the little line that's in between them is internal links. That is how you build a topical cluster. So if you're writing about pet supplies, you're going to have a big pet supplies page saying you do this, you do that. What about all the supporting content? What about all the internal links that are pointing to your main page on your website? Are you guys doing that? Maybe, maybe not. If you are, fair play, you'll do well in the search engines. But when you're doing that stuff, it's really, really important. It sounds very simple and easy. Now, here's a project that someone came to me with. And like many of us, they had content on the website, but it was a bit all over the place. Now, I didn't do nothing to this website other than add internal links. Now, you'll see here at the start of November, all we've done was add phase 1 of the internal links. And boom, their website shot up the rankings and got a bit more traffic. Although it was a shitty website, by the way, so don't worry about the thing still works the same. Then we let it settle for about a week or two, and then we added more internal links. Now you'll see that we got a 1,300% increase in traffic by simply adding in internal links. So if you've got your topical cluster and a good internal linking structure, you're going to start to rank well and get organic traffic. Now, another question when it comes to using AI content is, how many words needs to go on a page for it to rank well from an SEO perspective? Now, there are tools out there that do the homework for you. You've got tools like phrase.io, which will tell you for a word like SEO Glasgow, which is the place that I'm from, it will tell me the target word count, which is 1,157. Now, what that tool does is it scrapes the top 10 search results and says, you need 1,157 words in order to at least compete on page 1 for that particular search term. Now, so many of you using AI will literally just shit out 2,500 words, probably over-optimize the life out of it, or some of you may even only be putting on 500 words, and you should be having 1,000. In order for you to compete for organic traffic, you have to replicate what Google is rewarding, and that is the top 10 search results. How much content have those guys got, and how can we do it better? Now, it also shows you, people also ask, it shows you a whole bunch of other stuff on there, but you've got to copy those who are winning and what they're doing. And you don't always need new content. So again, when it comes to AI, people are always obsessed with creating new content, and thousands of them. A big part of my process is content pruning. Now, there's this 80-20 rule that's apparent for most websites. 80% of my traffic will come through 20% of the pages on my website, which basically means that 80% of my website doesn't do shit. It just doesn't do anything for me. So you need to remove that crap from your website. It's draining it, it's weighing it down. It's like me carrying 10 bags when I only need 2. I'm going to be walking along the street like this. You have to get the dead weight off of the website. Now, you can look at your top performing pages on your website using tools like Ahrefs. You can use your analytics. You can use whatever you like. You see for any website here, even Coca-Cola, there is still that 80-20 rule where a lot of the traffic comes through a very small amount of pages. So the pages that are working for you, that are bringing in traffic, can they be further optimized? So why are you spending time creating 1,000 more articles when you can be optimizing and fine-tuning the pages that actually work for your website? Now, another thing that a lot of affiliates do when it comes to SEO is, for many years, people have just shit out website after website after website after website, and they don't really consider the EAT, or it's now called EEAT, expertise, authority, and trust, as it's called. Now, it builds trust and credibility to your brand, your website, whatever you want to call it. Now, I have also had to build up EAT. I know I'm a fat bastard, but I'm not talking about that. I've had to build a persona around my business. Now, that can be being in the likes of Forbes. It can be in local newspapers in Scotland. It can be being on Yahoo Finance with an article. All that kind of stuff, very easy to do. Ranking your images, all of that kind of stuff. And it also helps you trigger the Google Knowledge Panel, which is a trusted signal for Google. Now, when you build up your EAT, you will find that that AI or that koala writer content actually sticks a lot better than some new website out there that's struggling to get crawled and indexed. Now, that's a business knowledge panel. Now, what a knowledge panel looks like is you basically need to get links on trusted sources. Now, there's a tool out there, again, called calicube.pro, which is completely free to use. Now, if I'm in the United States, I'm going to select United States. If I'm in the UK, there's going to show you different trusted sources. Now, as a person, it's going to show me where I need to be listed on to build up those EAT signals. Now, it's going to show you the likes of Wikipedia, Google, LinkedIn, Crunchbase, IMDb, Amazon, Twitter, whatever it might be. Now, I've made a lot of fuck-ups in this game. That's why I'm old and grey now. Now, one thing when you're building up a persona or your business is be careful what you call yourself. Now, Neil Patel is a well-known SEO guy. He calls himself an entrepreneur, not an SEO guy. Jason Barnard calls himself an author, not an SEO guy. Now, the list could go on and on and on. I stupidly went in and called myself an SEO consultant. And my knowledge panel repeatedly got taken down because us SEO guys are always fucking around with the internet and trying to do things that we maybe shouldn't be doing. But I decided I'm not going to fucking leave. I'm going to get my knowledge panel. I've had 4 of them taken away from me because I called myself an SEO consultant. Now, how did I go about getting my knowledge panel and getting that trusted authority from Google? Amazon author. Anyone can create a book and release it on Amazon. So that gives me an Amazon author profile that links to me and builds up some credibility and trust. IMDb was one of them. Now, this is quite a funny story. So I got Google, I got Amazon, I got various other different websites to try and trigger the knowledge panel, which basically is Google trusting me. And I couldn't it still wasn't triggering. So the one website that was up there, if I scroll a few back, was IMDb. You'll see it there, down near the middle, IMDb. Now, this kept coming up, and I'm like, what the fuck is IMDb? Now, does anyone know what IMDb actually is? The Internet Movie Database. So, I'm like, how the hell does an SEO guy who's never been in a movie get on IMDb? So, at the second bottom thing, so I went on to IMDb and I searched for my name. Now, there was a guy with the exact same name as me in some porn flick as a naked man. And it said, unclaimed. So I went in there and I clicked claim. And it asked me for my ID, my passport, all that kind of stuff. And boom, I was able to claim that profile. Now, I put on there, Craig's a businessman and he does a bit of SEO and he also does a bit of acting. So I'm like, fuck, yeah, this is working well. Knowledge panel triggers, happy days. However, before I scroll on, about 3 months after that, I got a message on Facebook from some woman. And she says, hi, Craig, are you an actor? And I'm like, oh, God. I says, it depends. And she says, it's just that my husband has the same name as you, and your face is all over his IMDb profile. So I'm like, fuck. So I blocked that bitch. I'm like, fuck her. Blocked her. And it was in the back of my head, like, I've done all this stuff, and my knowledge panel's there. But I was concerned that if she reported me to IMDb, that it would all fall down. So anyway, about 3 months later after that, another guy messaged me and says, Craig, are you an actor? And I'm like, not this fucking bullshit again. So I says, yeah, I'm an actor, what is it? So the guy's like, I really want you to be in this local crime series. And I'm like, this is going to get me in my IMDb fully corroborated. So I ended up in an Amazon crime series. And I was only supposed to be there for one little part. I ended up in the whole fucking thing. The guy thought I was really, really fucking good. So all of this just for an IMDb link, by the way, but that is the lengths that some douchebag like me will go to get trust from Google. Now, ended up in the whole fucking thing. My knowledge panel's there. It looks a lot better than it does there. But I've also had people from Netflix and various other TV productions asking me to be on TV shows because they think I'm now some fucking experienced actor. Now, there was a TV series in the UK called The Traitors. Has anyone heard of it? It was relatively big in the UK. It was on the BBC. I was actually supposed to be in that as well. I've got an agent who's putting me forward for all of this kind of crap. I just wanted the IMDb link, to be honest. But I didn't go into The Traitors because if you do read this, it's like going to jail, 5 weeks in a hotel, no phone, no laptop, not allowed to talk to any other contestants. And you'll see at the very bottom paragraph, you'll be asked not to leave your room and all this fucking bullshit. And I'm like, nah, that's too much. I've got what I needed from it. But I'm not suggesting you guys need to go and do any of this stuff. There actually is a quicker way, which I found out after I went to all of this trouble. Wikidata is where a lot of information is pulled from Google. You can basically pay someone on a website like Legit to go and build you a Wikidata profile. You can also go to Legit, and you can also pay to get Crunchbase, you can pay to get all of the other stuff out there, and you don't need to go and pretend you're an actor. But that is one way of getting Google to trust your website. Obviously, mine was a very hard, long-winded way of doing it. You can simply go and buy these things and not have to do it. Now, digital PR is another thing that helps with trust. Now, does anyone know who Nigel Farage is? So, he was the leader of the Brexit Party when the UK were wanting to leave the EU. Now, that stupid bastard let his domain expire. And I went in and swooped his domain up, which ended up in the Daily Mail and various other bits and bobs as well. Now, again, how does an SEO guy get digital PR? It's very hard to get in the paper saying, oh, I ranked some shitty little golf website in Colombia. No one fucking cares. So you have to do stuff that's controversial. You have to think outside the box if you want to build up that trust and authority. And I stupidly decided to take his domain name off him, and I still own it to this day. But getting that digital PR is also going to help with those trust signals, and you've got companies out there like Rise at 7, or you can do it yourself through Harrow, Sizing, or Sizing, or however they say that. There's a lot of different ways where you can create a narrative and put it out to the journalists. And that is what you fucking have to do in order to get your crappy affiliate website to rank now, because it's no longer just throw up a template and shit out loads of content. Google hates that. Now, again, using AI, going back to AI, you can create a Harrow bot using ChatGPT for yourself. Now, you can go back and see these slides later on. You can tell the bot how to fucking do the outreach. You can tell it what it's going to be doing. You can tell it to go and put all the data into a Google document. Now, you'll be able to scroll through all of this, and you'll be able to see the full fucking process on there through ChatGPT. So again, using AI, although I've said at the start it's crap purely out of the box for content from an SEO perspective, you can automate and do a lot of other things that will help your SEO, including doing Harrow outreach using ChatGPT. You're probably better checking these slides out after, because there's quite a lot to it, and I'm not going to read it out word for word, or people will get bored. Now, you can go out there and buy guest posts on various other websites as well. Websites like iCopify, which is a marketplace, Everyone's buying links. Everyone's buying up trust and authority. Trust and authority is basically links on other websites. Now, if I go to iCopify, you'll be able to see that there's a DR43 or a DR54 for $4.99. Now, I don't know what you guys are doing in terms of link building. You're probably paying 100, 200 quid a link. And like I scrolled past there, that is the average price for guest posts out there. You can go and buy them yourself for 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks. So you can go and buy what you need without spending an absolute fortune. Expired domains, like Nigel Farage. A lot of people say, Craig, why did you steal Nigel Farage's, or I never stole it, I bought it legally. Why did you take Nigel Farage's domain name? Now, Nigel Farage has every link from every possible publication that's out there, the BBC, the Telegraph, all of the stuff, all over the world, CNN News, everything. Now, basically, by letting that go, he has let go hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of PR that I can instantly, I could do whatever I wanted with that website. I can put an affiliate website on it. I can just point it to my website and get all that domain power. So you can use expired domains to work very well. And one last little thing for affiliate guys out there as well. You just got to think creatively outside the box, because I've only got 4 minutes left. Von Essen Hotels. This is a business that has a knowledge panel. All of that bullshit I've just spoken about that took me ages to sort out. Von Essen Hotels, knowledge panel, it's got everything, it's 20 years old, whatever. Now, back in 2011, that's an article talking about the properties that the company was building and all that kind of stuff. Now, I actually own that domain name now. Now, that particular place, if I go back, if you Google it, you'll see that they were worth £150 million, the company who owned all those hotel chains. Now, they went bust in 2017. That's an opportunity for me when someone goes bust. Now, I know that seems very vulture-like, but I can go and buy that domain name. I bought it in 2018. And I can take advantage of all the power, all the EAT, everything that they've done for the last 20 years, I can take it. You can see the backlinks that website's got, which is a hell of a lot. I can send traffic to the website to try and recover the old rankings. Sending traffic to an old website, putting the old content on it, is going to throw that back up through the rankings. Click-through rate manipulation is another great way to revive old content. Even doing Facebook ads to places like India, it's cheap as chips to get traffic onto a website. That helps Google crawl and index it, and it helps a lot of other stuff as well. You can use Quora ads, you can use whatever to get traffic to your website. Taboola, Google AdWords, whatever. Now, one last thing before I do wrap up is, does traffic actually help your rankings? Now, a lot of you guys will be doing paid ads for sure. And I had a friend come to me who was in position 7 for the keyword PVC wall panels, which gets 2,900 searches per month. He also ranks for wet wall panels, which gets 7,000. But PVC wall panels, he was kind of stuck in position 7. Now, all we'd done was go into Google AdWords and spend some money sending people to his PVC wall panels page. Simple and easy. He jumped from position 7 to position 2. By just doing that, by sending traffic to the page, will help your website start to rank really well. So if you're doing paid ads, you're probably already doing a lot of what SEO needs in order for you to rank well, but you're probably not thinking about organic traffic. So you should be dropping people onto the most relevant page in your website, and you will naturally get higher rankings. But there is some other stuff that I could go through, but I only had a short amount of time, so I'm just going to scroll. scroll. But yeah, so you can find me on YouTube. I've got a lot of tips, tutorials, and everything else on my YouTube. So you can find me on there, which is all free. You can find me on Instagram if you want to talk to me or ask questions. I am probably most frequently on Instagram, so please do take a picture of that. And if you want to ask any questions or whatever, feel free to reach out. But that is me, guys, with 19 seconds left to go. So thank you very much for listening.
I'm just going to yell. Are there any questions? Any questions? Anyone? Anyone? Going once, twice? I knew it.
How do you leverage? When you buy. Okay. When you buy old domains for a business that has nothing to do with what you're promoting, how do you leverage that into promoting something else?
So I wouldn't actually do that.
Okay.
So
How do you use it?
so I would want to buy an old domain that does have relevance to me. So let's say you're an SEO person and your domain expires. I'm going to buy that because it's relevant. The backlinks are relevant to me. The content's
Okay, hotel.
relevant to me.
Walk me through the hotel.
Or the hotel. So the hotel one, for example, I put the hotel website up, got the traffic back to it, and I turned it into a booking.com affiliate website, which generates money. So what I also do very quickly is there's lots of people out there who do YouTube videos and they'll say, oh, look at this hotel and, this city, the Hilton in Birmingham. You can take that, run it through Koala Writer, and you've got a fucking blog post for the Hilton in Birmingham, and you just have your Book Now affiliate.
Okay, so you leverage that to make money in a similar business.
Yes.
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you.
Anyone else? One more? Two more? 10 more? All right. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you, everyone.